Hey friends, I hope the beginning of 2023 has been just great for you so far as we enter into this new year. You know, it's a time of year where we make New Year's resolutions, when we strive for new things, and as we wrap up Mark's gospel over these next few weeks, I want to challenge you in one really specific way as we enter into this new year. Would you give some serious thought and consideration this year to becoming a more devoted and dedicated disciple and follower of Jesus? You know, New Year's are full of resolutions about eating healthy and exercise, and all of those things are good things. But why not make a spiritual resolution this year to be more committed to going in depth in your relationship with Jesus and living out his kingdom perspective as you go about your daily life? So that's my challenge for you this year. We also, this week in the Newswire video, want to just give a little bit of an update on the eldership. If you were at church this past Sunday, you have already heard this already, but after 20 years, more than 20 years of faithfully serving this body as an elder, John Adair is going to be stepping away from the eldership effective this week. The same can be said about Todd Jensen, who's served this body as an elder for over 8 years. And so they're going to be stepping away from the eldership for various reasons. John was going to step away several years ago, but as a result of COVID and the lead pastor transition and the building purchase, we continue to nag him and beg him to stay on. And so he's given us a few more years even than planned. And so it's just time after more than 20 years for ECF to love him well and to allow him to kind of step into this next season. And for Todd just has some pretty significant family constraints and family pressures on him right now. His dad is aging in his mid-80s, living on 100 acres over in Idaho, and Todd is investing a lot of time and energy and effort into helping care for him. Todd and Susan recently welcomed a new grandbaby, and so they're investing in a lot of family things during this season. And so it's just a great time for ECF, again, to love that family well and allow them to transition out of this role that he's served in so faithfully. And so both of these families, the Jensens and the Adairs, they are committed to ECF. Both of these men have served this body extremely well for approaching 30 years collectively between these two. And so would you take some time as you see them to thank them for their service? Would you take some time to give them a hug, to love on them, to appreciate all that they have sacrificed and given to this body of believers? And on a similar note, ECF's bylaws state that every 3 to 5 years we bring a new slate of elders to be voted on by this church body. And so the current eldership has served now for over 3 years. And so this eldership is in a really healthy and good place to lead this body as we transition into the new building, as we get settled in new routines and rhythms of ministry. And yet, toward the end of this year or in early 2024, it will be time to once again bring a new slate of elders, likely many who have already served, and hopefully some new bodies to serve this body as elders. Paul says that those who desire to serve in the capacity of shepherd elders desire a noble thing, desire a good thing. And so we want to encourage you as the body to begin now thinking and praying over who may join the shepherds, the elders of this church as we move into the next chapter later this year. So I hope that this year is a fruitful and a productive year. We are in a position still of transition, and yet in a position of God remaining faithful to this body as we seek to serve him and love him in all that we do. So join me this year in being more committed disciples and followers of Jesus. Join me in thanking Todd and John, their wives, their families for their amazing service. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you soon.